Yeah.
Guess who's back? Back again. What's up?
Good night, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. Welcome back to Lie to Yourself.
I have a brown
Y'all, Crystle was out here giving off a show. Lord,
raising my
trying to get your
hand.
Britney.
Luckily, I caught it.
That's what you've known for so long. And for me, like a person like me who's been in a relationship for such a long time, even though I didn't realize how toxic it was until the end. So y'all are gonna think I'm super weird, okay? Fun fact, Lady J is real weird about her food, okay? For my whole entire life, I was like, white sauce does not belong on spaghetti, and chicken definitely don't belong in those spaghetti. No, I grew up, for real, listen, I'm just text real quick, and I'm gonna just, hey, how you been? How's work?
I love food. I won't call myself a foodie, but Lady J, I am like an experienced girl, right?
Okay.
The plating matters to me, right? If I go somewhere.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. Forgive me, every time I see that intro, it makes me chuckle a little bit. How are you guys? Hopefully you guys had a great day. It was a good Friday for you. It's Lady J, and thank you for joining us again with Lie to Yourself, Not to Me, Real Talk with Lady J. It's time for me to bring in, I always do it the wrong way, bring in my friend, my co-host, Miss Crystle. How are you, lady? How you doing?
Listen, it'll never get old. Plating definitely matters, and I'm doing great.
Always, no matter what, it always matters. Hey, Dirty Diana, thank you.
Thanks for going in.
Yes. Doing dishes, feeling hot. Oh, yes, plating for me, plating matters. I feel like people, hey, Tonio, I feel like people eat with their eyes. And so for me, that's why I create what I create the way I create it, because I feel like for me, if I see something and it look nasty, listen, I'm already a picky eater, okay? So if it look nasty and it smell bad, I'm gonna have to pull the like, you know what? I already ate today. So my stomach is shrunk. It's small. I can't. Maybe next time. Thank you though. Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Also, I mean, I said this before though. I think people who like care about the presentation care more about the food too. So it ends up being better food too. I'm just gonna run with that. I'm running with that conclusion. Anybody who cares that much to make sure that they've garnished my plate, they probably did a lot to the food too to make it taste good. I'm just saying.
I'm gonna agree with you. I'm gonna agree with you because like I be putting my, not literally, but I be putting my foot in them cupcakes and them cakes. Okay, I be putting my whole soul up in there. Okay, you feel all of that soul in Jay's decadent life. But hold on, y'all. Wait a minute, because I am too hyped. Because bring it around town. I need to know. So Miss Crystle, hey, after Valentine's Day weekend date, something, I don't know, but inquiring minds want to know, how did it go? It's me. It's she. She is me. I am her. I want to know how it went. I'm all ears. I'm all ears.
I will say we are moving along. So that was date number 4. Am I keeping up? Where it was after V-Day. It turned into date number 4 because we went out Friday night after I so graciously left you all. I won't do it again, I promise. But it was for research, right? So went out Friday night. Went to a great place. He wanted to show me this spot that has really good Moscow mules, and I love a good Moscow mule. Okay. We found out we have that in common, and this place in the area that I live in they make different varieties of Moscow mules.
And he's not like directly in your area, right? No. So he traveled down, and then he found a place that had something that y'all had in common.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm just gonna live through your life. Go ahead. Okay, I'm you already took me over. Go ahead.
I he's originally from my area, even though he doesn't live here now, and I'm not from here originally. So not only did he do that, but he also took me somewhere new and exposed me to a new spot that I had never been to. So he's teaching me about the place that I live now. So long story short, and for those who don't know, I live in the Virginia Beach area. So we hung out somewhere on VA Beach for some good Moscow mules, heard some good music, ate some really good food. And it was I'll be honest, it was a really good date. It was an awkward hug at the end, right? And I'm skipping through the date because this was the really, really good part about it, right? Great date. We sat there for about 2 hours. There was a DJ at this spot. So, we vibing to good music, bonding. He gave me my nickname. I won't share it because it's personal, but I'm a really good music lover. And I was listening to I was rapping and singing every song throughout the night. So he ended up giving me a nickname. So that was cute, right? Long story short, we get to the end and it was an awkward hug. It was an awkward hug, no kiss.
And it wasn't like the side church hug though, right? It wasn't the side church hug?
No, it was like a full body hug, but I think there was just still some awkward energy between us. If that makes sense. My phone is ringing. I'm sorry, team. No, it was full body hug from him, but I think there was just still awkwardness for me and maybe even him because he was peeping my vibe. So he let me go, go or whatever like that. And he calls me 20 minutes later after he gets home and ended up talking about it. I'm just yes, I want to talk about this awkward energy. I think that, and starts making recommendations for how we can get past this. And the next day he picked me up. We went for lunch. I love Jamaican food, guys. So we went and had some Jamaican food at a new Jamaican restaurant. And then, you ready?
I don't know.
Went on a walk, okay, in our area park after lunch. And by the end of that, we were kissing and making out. It was all types of good energy. So I feel like a little schoolgirl talking about this because I will say this, we're moving in a slow pace, but it's an upward trajectory. We're getting closer and closer. We're, getting to know each other more and more. And I'm going to say this, the first time that I've ever really taken my time the way I'm doing it now when it comes to sex.
I'm about to say we're gonna have to are we gonna have to revisit that topic of when is it okay to get to go into giving up again?
Because we're moving slow. He's coming over. He's driving down again this weekend and I'm gonna cook and we're gonna have a movie night and this will be and I don't plan on giving him none, y'all. But I'm just saying I think after this date. I'm gonna start having those type of thoughts. When is it? When does that type of stuff happen? But for now, I'm holding out. I'm gonna keep it real.
All right, now. All right, now.
So, I think we're moving along.
Around town. She about to bring it all the way around town. Nope, can't do it. Sorry. I'm a mother, and so I do have children. Lady J is a mother. She has kids, and they are harassing me during podcasting time. Bye.
That's okay.
Sorry.
My cat's on the table in a minute.
I'm going to be honest. I got kids, y'all, and they, listen, I do this from home, so forgive me for the interruption. I am super excited to hear how things are moving along very nicely. I'm excited.
Be the first weekend that we're alone together, not on a out and about. So I think it'll be some good stuff to talk about next week because movie night, you know what I mean? I'm cooking. I'm going to garnish the plate.
Oh yes, ma'am.
I promise. And then I really want to talk about what do you do the first time you invite someone to your house when you're dating? Because him and I were talking about this. Have you ever dated somebody where you go to their home and it's stuff all over the place? And I'm okay, it's one thing to be a little junky, but or have a mess. But why are you inviting somebody into your crib and you got stuff all over the place? I remember a guy invited me over once. I know this is a total sidebar, right? But it's been on my mind because we were chit-chatting about this. And I stopped talking to a guy because I walk into his crib and I'm talking about stuff clothes, trash, table, floor. Bro, are you not going to clean up? So we were chatting about that, how people keep their house. And again, I don't expect perfection, but my mama taught me, even if he's coming in, girl, put some lipstick on and have something in the oven. Even if it's a chill night, make sure it smells good, get your candles lit. So maybe we could talk about that another night, but I'm curious, how do you set your home up to invite someone over when you're getting to know them?
That could be a good topic. That could absolutely be a good topic because I'm be honest, me and my situation, the way things have been, I have not invited someone to my home in a very long time. So it's kind of now for me, I'm real big on stuff is supposed to be clean. I don't want to, if I want, listen, I know everybody have an off day, right? You work, you be busy, you got stuff going on. But if I walk into your house and you got stuff all over your house and it's crazy, and you trying to like be interested. No, nope, I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm gonna be honest. I'm leaving. I gotta go.
We'll be doing that kind of stuff out in these streets, but not me. Candles gonna be on. I might even shampoo my carpets tomorrow morning. Shampooing the carpet, y'all. Listen, I'm trying to lock this one down. Clank, clank. We shampooing carpets in the morning. She's
getting it all together. She's getting it all the way together. Carpets, everything. It's everything.
And wait, real quick. I dated a guy once who, this was college, but he taught me something. He looked in my medicine cabinet, and I remember being real embarrassed because it was messy. And I was just like, I don't think at the time I was a college girl, right? I didn't think to clean underneath my sink or in my medicine cabinet, right? And just like, as long as like, the pillows are fluffed. You know what I mean? Like, I look good, I'm smelling good.
Who's looking in the medicine cabinet?
He looked in my medicine cabinet. And ever since then, seriously, when a guy comes over, I make sure I spend a couple hours doing the cleaning that I probably have ignored. Like, when the last time you look underneath your sink? You don't want nobody, just in case they peek. You don't want like no tampons. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got I'm just saying.
God, now you have my mind like I'm already an overthinker. Now my mind is like on 50 because
they like, nosy. They know they be trying to get you.
Thing, I literally have to be like, because I'm like that baseboard. Like, okay, we clean the baseboards. Like, listen, we need to wash the walls and the doorknobs and everything. Everything got clean. Like, when you see those memes, those skits and stuff, but the moms that be like, listen, people coming over, we got to do everything. Like, I do this anyways, but we really got to do it. Like, my kids will be like, I'll be like, all right, it's spring cleaning time. Who's coming over? Nobody. We just spring cleaning. Dang. Like, just.
So I feel you on that. I feel you on that. But to the ladies out there and gents, if you clean for the most part, but just spring cleaning don't mean you going into the closets or underneath the bed. Because some people don't do all that, right? I'm gonna be honest. I'm one of those. Listen, my baseboards are clean. I wash my walls every quarter. I'm gonna keep it real. Like, baseboards is clean, walls is clean, stuff is clean. But I'm a type of chick, you open my closet, a shoe might fall and hit you in the head. Like, so I'm being very honest. So it's like, when Bull opened up my medicine cabinet, I was like, oh, he done taught me something. Invite a guy over, a girl over, make sure you look under, because they're gonna peek, they're gonna look, and they trying you. Just saying.
What's up, Applehead?
All right, that's my tip of the week. Clean out your medicine cabinet before you invite your date over.
Yo, you got me like on 50 with this conversation, I swear. And that's not even the topics for tonight, but that right there, like, feel like almost supersedes the topics, because like, for real, like, now I'm like, oh my God, now I need to go look under my sinks and see what they look like. Like, that's so invasive for somebody to look into your, like, you see it on movies, but like, I never really thought, like, thank God I don't have any, well, thank God I'm not inviting anybody over, but also thank God I'm not like, I ain't got no medicine cabinet for nobody to be looking in. So you gonna be looking for something and you ain't gonna find it. How about that?
I'm just saying, open up the refrigerator and clean out the butter tray. I'm just saying, clean the butter tray, the little stuff you don't normally do. They gonna be looking. Make sure the butter
like
tray.
that anyways. Like, I'm like, yo, look, the butter tray is there's too much butter around there. What? No, don't put another stick in there. Wash that. Like, yo, listen, like, Jay got some issues she's working on.
That's good. So let's work for you. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I'm naming this stuff because clearly it's on my mind enough to do it enough, right? Where it's never trifling, but I'm gonna keep it real. Yeah. Like, the butter tray might be looking a little suspect, but don't let him come over and it look like that. I'm warning y'all, ladies. I'm just saying.
Single ladies.
Because they gonna talk about you. And all right, and then I'm about to get serious right quick, and then we can move on, because I know I'm going on. But listen, they're gonna talk about you, right? But I read this, and a man, when it comes to choosing a woman, right?
Okay.
Which is this is what the article said, right? I'm not a pro. This is what the article said, right? When it comes to choosing a woman, right? This is the reason why a man could be in love with a woman for like, could love you, could be sleeping with you for years. And then y'all break up and he married to someone else 2 months later. And you're like, what the hell just happened, right? The reason is a man won't marry you because he loves you, and he won't marry you because he enjoyed the sex. He'll marry you because he feels secure in that relationship. And the security could be different things with whoever the man is, right? Like it could just be that he feels like he can partner with this one professionally. It feels like he can trust this woman. It feels like, don't get me wrong, love is involved in all that, but the article like really broke down why these chicks can be sitting in these relationships unmarried for years, and then boom, he done married somebody. So this is not a direct connection, but I'm just saying, clean out your butter tray and clean out your medicine cabinet, because if he walk up in that piece and he's somebody that cares about that kind of stuff, he gonna be judging you. Oh, I can't do it. I can't do it with her. She's not gonna keep the house clean. What does her bank account look like if her butter tray is looking like this? I'm just saying, Lady J.
Question. Hi. Thanks for stopping in. I don't know. I have mixed reviews. Like I have mixed views on that. Not reviews, but views on it, because I know someone who is personally like they're not a clean person. Okay. And they got a boo that like is like freaking stalker clinger 5, level 5, like 12, 50, 60. And I was always like, question, what's wrong with just picking the shirt up? I don't know, girl. If you figure it out, let me know. If you find the secret to that, let me know, because I still ain't figured out. But I always was like, I'm confused. Like, how do you pull dudes in your house and like you'll like gross, right. Really like beyond gross.
The guy she's talking to though might be cool with that though. I'm not saying every guy's like this. I'm just saying there's certain types.
I was always taught, like my daddy always told me, like you're supposed to be clean, and as a woman, you're supposed to be clean and things of that nature. So for me, it was like, yo, how you pull all these dudes? Like you, I mean, bring it around town might be like amazing, but like at some point, it's like, yo, kind of
Bobby Brown, okay.
So we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on, and I think we're gonna have this conversation, because I really want to know, like, what is that? And we're gonna bring somebody on to have this conversation, a male point of view.
I think that'd be cool. I like it.
Right? Like, I think that should be like a conversation to be had, because, like, for real, I literally was like, I'm confused. Like, how do you pull people? And this is what it's like. I was always taught that you're supposed to be clean, you're supposed to be tidy. Like, men don't want to be with women who are unclean.
Women too. I'm just saying, like I've met guys who do that trifling stuff too, though, and I don't like it. Like, I'm sorry, it's because you'll do. Don't think you.
No, I mean, I think that when you get your own spot, like, well, you should be clean anyways. But I'm saying, like, that's just how I was raised, and so I don't want to date nobody who's like nasty and dirty. But I don't understand how it works. So I think it would be a good conversation to have with a male perspective, and kind of like discussion between us. So definitely want to revisit that. Mike, if you could jot that down, because you know I'm gonna have a squirrel moment, and I'm gonna forget that, and then I'm gonna be like, wait, what did we say we're gonna do?
Lie to yourself, not to Lady J or me, because if your house is dirty or jacked up and you got a messed up medicine cabinet, we about to find out. No, I'm just playing.
Okay, listen, I'm not going through nobody's medicine cabinet. I'm not. I'm promised.
I'm joking about that, but that's a little funny. But you know what?
No, it is, because that's crazy. Because I see it on like I did a whole TikTok on that where I was literally like in the medicine cabinet.
I was like, bro, why are you in my medicine? I caught him. Like, I caught him in my. Why are you in my medicine cabinet?
Anyway. Oh my God! Yeah, we have to talk about this another time. We have to talk about this. Like, what does that conversation look like? Let's get into our topics, though. So, topics for tonight are: if divorce was not an option, would there be less marriages? This topic came up, and prenuptial agreements. Both of these topics came up last week in where else? How you find me? TikTok. Duh. There was someone who asked this question in the room, and they were like, if divorce was not an option, would there be less marriages? And I was like, heck yeah. In my opinion, yes, absolutely, there would be. Yo, it might be more homicides too. Like, it might be a whole lot of stuff, okay? Domestic violence, all kinds of stuff. If you ask me, if you want Lady J's honest opinion, it might be a whole lot of stuff. But I was like, I want to bring this to the table, and I would like to have this conversation. So, Miss Crystle, what do you think? Like, if divorce was not an option, if that wasn't out there, it was like, okay, once you get married to somebody, that's it. That's all. It's a wrap. There's nothing else. Do you think?
I'm thinking. So I'm trying to share this live here and get this going. It's not sharing properly, so I got to work with you guys offline to find out why my share isn't working. But if divorce was not an option, would there be less marriages? Probably in 2022. I don't know if divorce not being an option necessarily makes me feel like people would not want to marry. And I'm probably going too deep in this, but I do feel like in the world that we live in at this current moment, the climate that we live in, absolutely. I think could we have a climate where that would not be the case? Absolutely. But the way folks are rolling these days, that's the reason why I'm going to lean towards that. And the way accessibility to new people, right? Because in my opinion, that's why I think relationships don't work as much, is because we have so much accessibility to not just having someone else, because people are willing to deal with folks while they're in relationships. Not just that, but being able to get what you want, what you need real quick through social media. I think it just creates an environment, even if you're just a looker, right? Even if you don't really want to bang nobody, even if you just, you know what I'm saying, like need that attention. These guys and girls, you can hop on a site and get companionship, right? Like, so with that said, I think that's what I'm getting at. It's like marriage is beneficial to people because of the companionship of it. And I know that people get married for other reasons, but that companionship is what creates that dire need to do it sometimes, right? And in the world that we live in today, the sad part about it is I don't know if people, if they felt like that they couldn't have an out, that they would be willing to do it, because we are all 1 foot in and 1 foot out the door so much right now because of the world that we live in. So I don't know. That's my thought on it. But what do you think?
So I'm listening to what you're saying, and I think that that sucks. That sucks, because we did have a conversation about that, which that's what kind of led to the prenuptial idea. Is that this whole idea of like everybody has all these options, everybody is kind of like already this like 1 foot in, 1 foot out, is already automatically kind of like a just in case it doesn't work, I got a backup. Everybody has a backup, and it sucks because really there really is so much accessibility to other things and other people. And it's the trend to be a sneaky link. Like if you come, oh bless you.
Excuse me.
If you come, you're good, girl. You're good. You're good. If you come and you sit in Lady J's live, I have we call him Pastor J. He's Pastor J, and I'm First Lady J. And we have this running joke that he is the pastor of the Sneaky Links. Antonio, fun fact, is the deacon. So we have this like running joke in the room. So people come in the room sometimes and they've never been there, and they're like, wait, what? Thanks, Bernard. There's this running joke that we have this church of Sneaky Links, and there's like a hot tub in the pastor's office for baptismals and all this crazy stuff. But legit, that's a trend. Like it's a trend to be toxic. It's a trend to be a sneaky link. Like it's a cool thing to do. And it's like, it really, like, people make it like it's funny and this, that, and the other, but like really legit, that's how it's really running out here. Like people are okay with being somebody's side chick or somebody's side dude. And it's like, yo, like, no, like, I don't want to be your first lady. I don't want to be your forever. I don't want to be your end all be all. I just want to I want to get the yams today. And then, next week I'm going to go be with my boo. Like I'm going to go home to her tonight. And I just want to get this from you right now. And I slide you this money or whatever the case is. Like, I think there would be, to some degree, yes, less marriages, because being that we're so with the idea, or people, I don't want to say we, but people in this day and age in this time are so 1 foot in, 1 foot out. I feel like with divorce not being an option, so I might have to for real be with you forever, ever, forever, ever, forever, ever. So I feel like they would kind of Oh, I can't hear you. You have no
Sorry.
sound.
In a different time and place, that probably wouldn't have been so scary, but even more now, it's scary because we're exposed to so much and we're used to being able to have these options. So yeah.
I don't know. I think I'm just really old school. I think like, I don't know. I think I had someone on my page tell me that I'm like a hopeless romantic. And I like was like, is that good or bad? Like, I think some days I think it's awesome. And then some days I think it's really, really bad.
It's beautiful. No, it's beautiful. It's beautiful, especially when you are in the environment of environment that allows for that to be okay. It's only bad when you're in an environment where it now makes you feel bad. And that environment is typically the people who you date that might not make you feel like you should be this way. I used to be a hopeless. Oh, I won't say I used to. I feel like I'm a hopeless romantic too at times, but I had so many bad experiences that I started to feel regretful about that. But I don't think there's anything wrong with being a hopeless romantic. It means that you have discipline and you are looking for someone who has discipline. I'm sorry.
No, I mean, I get that. I just am like, when it comes to situations like this, where it comes to like, would there be less marriages? I feel like because people go into it with the whole idea, if you go into it with the idea that 1 foot in, 1 foot out, you know what I'm saying? You already put like a stake in it. Like all you need is the hammer. So like nail it in, like nail the coffin closed. There are unhappy marriages, but there are many unhealthy marriages, but it's not healthy. No, it's not. And I think that it makes the honest guy look bad when a woman gets involved with the side piece. Wait, what?
I think he's talking about the sneaky link. He's talking about Bernard.
Yeah.
So Bernard sounds like a hopeless romantic too.
Yeah, I can imagine. I believe if I know well, he's one of my TikTok buddies. And very close TikTok buddies. So I know that he is looking for love. And so I think it's okay to be a hopeless romantic, but I think when it comes to conversations like this about like, if divorce was not an option when people get married, I think it makes my conversation like in this new age, in this new time frame and the way things are, there are so many options. We had a whole conversation about that, about options and how one of the gentlemen that was on the page was like, he works for a phone company. And so when you go into the store, you have all these options, right? You have iPhone, you have Nokia, you have Leno, you have whatever, Sony, I don't know, all of them. And it's like, there's so many that sometimes you just walk out because it's like, dang, it's so many options. You don't even know what to pick. So you just walk out like,
oh, hold on. Nope. Oh, nope. Continue that thought because I have something for that.
No, I would like to hear it because I'm a squirrel on it. Go ahead. That was what he said, that there was so many. There's just so many options out there that it's like, okay, sometimes there's so many options of what you can have, you just walk away. And I think sometimes that's it. Sometimes there's so many options, you just walk away. But then also sometimes there's so many options that it's like, I got all these options, so I'm gonna take a little bit of all of them. So I mean,
let me psychoanalyze that a bit.
Go ahead.
Because I've shopped for a few phones, most of us have, and we've been in that same experience, right? And if we're using the phone scenario, that's a really, really good scenario, by the way. Thank you. Let's give that guy a shout out.
Mr. Reed Tenderwell, Mr. Tender Reed Snackwells, if you're watching, and I don't think you are, shout out to you.
Tender Reed Snackwell. Okay.
Very good. Somebody gave him Snackwell. I just called him Tender Reed, but then they put Snackwell on the end of it. I said, okay, well then.
Mr. Snackwell. No, I really, really love that example actually, because we can really put that in a real life scenario. Think about it like this. And now I want to actually counter what the point you're making, right?
Okay.
Walk into a phone store, there's so many options, and you described an experience of somebody who just does not know what is so much, so they just walk out. I believe in the scenario of a phone store, you're going to have one of three people. You're going to have the one who walks out because he doesn't know what he wants.
Okay.
You're going to have the one who goes for the latest and greatest iPhone or any phone, right?
Okay.
Because advertisement told them to.
Okay.
And you're also going to have the one that they're going to go for the best of the best, whether it's the one that's been advertised or whether it's the counter one that is just as good because they did their research and they know what they want.
Okay.
So I think in a phone store situation, it's such a good point to the man that walks out or woman, they just don't know what they want. And they probably need to walk out. But the ones who make the purchase, they have been sold on that purchase for whatever reason. Either they're the tech geek that did their research and they know why they want the new Samsung or why they want the new iPhone, or they're just going along with the trend. And I'm gonna go get the newest iPhone. I think you have 3 customers here. And I'm not so mad at the one who doesn't buy me, and because he don't know what to do. Because that person don't know what, they're not influenced by, they're confused. Let them go. Let them go. Anyway, but the one that chooses the phone because of the research and they just know what they want, they know what they're looking for, they made the decision, they skipped over all the options, and they boom, that's the one I want. And depending on how they're influenced, you might also want the one who is influenced by the things they know they love, so they've been advertised to, and now they want it. They're not my favorite type of customer because they're just going with the trend, but at least they know what they want versus the one who walked out. What do you think?
So I'm kind of conflicted because I'm honestly, when I shop for phones, like people, what about the one that has the best phone, but it breaks?
See, Diana, don't come confuse us even more, Dirty Di.
Don't add nothing extra. We already got enough going on. We got enough on our plate.
We can come back with that one. We can come back and decide about the one who buys the one that breaks. I'm just saying, though. We're just describing the customer type.
I am the customer that goes into there and I do not research anything, but I know that I need a phone that has a good camera and I can make calls and text people, and it got a lot of storage.
So you know what you want, though. You know what you want.
I know what I want.
And you're going to be able to talk to the person in the store to make that decision because you're coming and knowing what you want. Let's put it in the context of dating, right? Even if you're a little confused when you get presented with all this, once you start asking the questions to the person who's giving you the answers, that could be on a date, right? Once you start dating, right? Once you start holding them and feeling them, investigating them, you already know what you want. So you're going to go with the one that gives you that instinct to grab because you know what you want, you've tried it out, and now I'm ready to decide.
Okay. Now, wait, I'm looking at what Dirty Diana said.
Okay.
What about the one who has the best phone but breaks it? So I feel like what the question is, hello, Mr. Mississippi, how are you? Hopefully you're well. 2 completely different phones. I'm not sure about that, but I feel like that statement says, so you have a really good person, right? Like you found someone. So like you've got the best phone, you've got the best person, you've got you've got that brand new iPhone that has every and anything. You still with me, lady? I think I lost her. I think I lost my co-host. I lost my friend, y'all. Crystle ain't here. Okay, I'm gonna talk to myself while we wait. I hope she could hear me. Mr. Hennessy, if you hear me,
sorry.
No, you're good. I was like, oh my God. So I think what she's saying, like, if you have, like, let's say you have like the latest, greatest, best phone, right? You got the best person. They giving everything. But the person who has the phone breaks it, right? You break your best phone. So basically, I feel like that says, like, what do you do when you have a person? Because I feel like this is the question. It's kind of off topic, but I kind of do want to hit on it. Because I do feel like I do enjoy the fact that people can come into the room and kind of throw something out there and it can be talked about. So forgive me. I'm a little off track right now, but forgive me.
Oh, I'm ready. Let's go. Let's get it.
So when you have the right person, right? You got this person, they're amazing, they're awesome, they cook, they clean, they pick up their shirts off the floor, you know, you ain't gotta worry, they're attentive, they listen, financially they're stable, like they're really your person, but you break them. Like, you know what I mean? Like you're not.
You probably didn't.
And I think that's that customer that walked out the door, that customer that didn't know what they wanted. So you got what you wanted, or the person who buys the trendiest thing, it would probably be that person. So you get this is trendy. This person looks good. This person feels good. But you messed up that situation because you really don't know what you want. You just went with whatever was trendy. You went with what you thought looked good. You thought you know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
No, it makes complete sense. I think it's definitely levels to it. So now we're talking about once you do grab, how are you caring for, how are you caring for it? And Now this is where the options do really come into play. There's so many options and ease of getting what you want, right? We can get a phone like it's nothing. How many people out there really carefully taking care of their phones? Because they know they can just replace it. Ooh, whoa, this was actually a good scenario. I like it. And the fact that it's so easy for me to go into the store if I have insurance and swap and get another one. That's that divorce we're talking about. Let's bring it back to the divorce. If divorce wasn't an option, would more people get married? Well, if being able to like have insurance on my phone, I'm taking it back to the phone. Look, I know we're in this phone conversation.
It just fits.
No, would I commit to a phone, or would I just go buy me a little $20 flip phone because I don't want to break it? I don't know. Dang, this is deep.
All on phones and options.
Phones and options. It's a really good scenario though, because I don't know if I care for my $1,000 iPhone like I should, knowing it's $1,000 piece of equipment, all because I know this insurance that I pay the extra $10 a month for, $12 a month for, that I can afford to pay for, is going to take care of it for me if something goes wrong. So I don't know if I care for it the same.
Now, see, I know that I am very bad with phones, right? So I take care of my phone, which is not an iPhone. I have an Android. I am team Android. I literally
Dirty Di said we swinging.
I have a case. My case for my phone is literally like set up for people who like go mountain climbing, people who like rock climb, and like they're out there, like they drop their phones a lot. And in all honesty, that's how I take care of my relationships. Like, right. I'm really like, if we really break it down to that in depthly, like, and we really go that far with it, the way my phone is covered to be secure is how I take care of people, and people who are in my life and I care about and are significant others to me or whatever. That's how I have them. Like, you really, like, you secure. Listen, you're not gonna if you get dropped, I promise you're gonna be safe. You're not gonna crack. You're not gonna break. It's waterproof, so you good. You ain't gotta worry about it. Like, it's good all the way around. So and mine, I think mine's not 1,000. I think it was like 8 and some change when I got it or whatever. But for me, that's an investment. And that's what relationship is. It's an investment. So if I'm going to take this time to invest in something and I'm going to give my time, why would I not protect it? So I think that's very true. You do have people who are not stop cheating on your cheap flip phones. I think that the people who walk out, I think that people that walk out of like they walk out the store and don't get the phone because they don't know what they want. I think that is amazing, because you didn't know what you wanted. So you just said, you know what? I'm not going to get into a relationship with somebody just to be in relationship with somebody. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to jump into something because for me, that's a waste of time. I don't want to jump into something with someone and it's like, ooh, I'm not sure, but it could be, but maybe, like, it might be kind of good. Like, this phone will work, but I don't know if that's what I want. No, just say no. Yes, I respect you 1,000%. Walk away. Don't get in the relationship. Just don't, because there's too many options. You don't really like the options that are out there, or you've not done enough research. So yes, absolutely. 1,000% walk away. The people who pick the trends and they pick like, oh, this is the newest iPhone, this, that, and the other. Yep, you'll pick whoever gonna pick you. Listen, today you like this girl, tomorrow you like that guy. Like, whatever the case is, it's just whatever's easy, accessible for you. You don't really care, and it's the newest thing. So people like that tend to just throw things away. They could have just got a phone. If it's paid off, oh, there's a new iPhone coming out. Let me get that. So now you just want the newest, greatest level of person that's out there. I don't want to be with you. I don't want to mess with you. Now, then you have the people who are taking the time to do their research and know what they want and know what they're looking for. And for me, those are people who are working on healing. Those are people who are working on growing. Those are people, bless you, lady. Those are people who are working on growth and being in relationship with people and having an amazing phone and having an amazing relationship. So I feel like as far as all of that goes with divorce in mind, that's why I say I feel like me being the old school person that I am, I see how there are so many options that are out here. And I just feel like I think that there would be less marriages, because I feel like even though there's a lot of options, I feel like people would just be like, nah, I'm not going to. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just too much of a hopeless romantic. Maybe I'm too much of old fashioned. I don't know. I feel like there would be less.
I think we agree. I think we agree on this topic, Lady J. We're on the same page.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I like agreement, but I'm okay with disagreement if, you know.
I know. We disagree a lot, though. I just want to call this out. We need to pop some bottles because I think we're both on the same page with this one.
Look, we agreeing today, y'all. We in agreement. So now,
ain't nothing wrong with disagreeing either, but I'm just saying.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. So you're an Android? We flip phones. I'm dead to both of y'all. I cannot with either of y'all. You're older school than me. I'm done. So now I want to talk about, we've talked about divorce. We've talked about all that. But like, what is your view on prenuptial agreements? I feel like I know you. I feel like you're going to say, I feel like we're not going to agree.
I don't know. Okay. So I've never been married, right? So I've never been presented with that, right? So I can't say that I really have a strong opinion about that, but the opinion I'm about to give is really from looking outward, right?
Okay.
At the stories that I've heard when people get prenuptials, right? It is very romantic for the person who doesn't care and who's just like out here living, ready to just manifest greatness and just believe in the best thing since sliced bread, that they're going to marry this person. It doesn't matter. And we're not going to sign anything. And if I do a prenuptial, like, what is that saying about how I feel about my relationship? Like I love the people who think like this.
She's describing me. She's describing me.
I love the people who I think it's a hopeless romantic thing, and it's a beautiful thing. And honestly, anyone who decides not to because they're like, I'm not going to go into my relationship already like thinking the worst. Like I love that because I believe in positive thinking, positive affirmation. So to a certain extent, prenuptial agreements are kind of sort of like putting some negative thought out there about your relationship. However, Lady J, it's 2020. Marriage is more a business than ever before. People are out here standing in front of buses trying to get hit just to sue and get some money. Like, we are in a new world, right? Where you have to protect your assets more than ever. And it's not so much about not wanting to be a hopeless romantic. It's the reality. I talked about the climate. It's the climate that we in. You have to protect your assets. What I do for a living, I work for a telecommunications company, and we were talking about this earlier today. And we have an 18-page paper that 18-page standard operating procedure that had to be written to give instruction for how the retail agents take the money to the bank, right? Because after years of trying to prosecute people for stealing money, right? You go to litigation, you go to court. There's people always finding some reason to be able to either get out or get over, right? So we were just talking about this 18-page document that it just keeps growing because you have to cover your ass. And we were joking about this. The only thing you got to do is just take the money to the bank. But we have an 18-page paper explaining all the stipulations. So just in case we end up in court, we've learned our lesson. We have to protect ourselves. Yeah. So not exactly the same scenario, but what I'm getting at is we're in an environment where lawsuits and depositions and all types of stuff is just a part of the environment that we live in, because assets is really the way the world is running. And without protecting them, you're a fool. So clearly you know where I'm going with this. Like, I totally support it if you feel as though you're in a situation where you have to protect your assets. And if you don't feel like you need to do that, then fine, then don't. But I'm with those who are just trying to make sure. And I think this is the last point I'll make about this. If I'm marrying someone who feels that way and I don't feel that way, I do feel like we probably shouldn't be getting married, because that means our values are different. Yeah. If a man presented that to me, I would be with it, because I'm going to present the same shit to him. Excuse my French. Hopefully,
you good.
You get what I'm. You have to marry, be with your tribe, man, and you gotta like figure that piece out. So be with the people who kind of get it, and don't hurt or harm those who don't get it. Like, let them go find their tribe too. But I'll leave that at that.
So for me, I was very much in the past, I've been very much like very big on like, no. I felt like prenuptial agreements are distrust. Like, you don't trust me. like you don't trust me. Like, that's how I felt. I felt like if you ask me for a prenup, you don't trust me. You're assuming that I'm going to be like, you know, the person that you want to be with. If you know me to be who I am, why would you even ask me that? Like, I literally, because I was all for like that, like, you know, skipping off into the sunset with your amazing person, and y'all have the same bank account and everything is tied together and it's joint, and you know, everything, you know, we're good. I love that idea. I do. I still love that idea, but at the same time now, with things being different for me, I do view it kind of differently. And after having the conversation on TikTok and listening and things of that nature, I was like, wait a minute, you know what? Like, I do get it to a degree. At first it was just very, like, it felt very hurtful. Like,
how dare you ask me this?
Yeah, like, for real, like, really? But then I thought about it. People do change when divorce comes on the table. When things start to get bad, people will absolutely flip and change, and you be like,
yeah,
who are you?
Yeah.
Where did you come from? I don't know you. Where's the other person? Can you tell them to come back in? Because I don't know you. You're different. So I thought about it and I was like, yo, like, people get grimy sometimes.
And I'm gonna defend them a little bit. I think people change. Even the ones who get grimy, or they're the grimy ones, they're probably thinking the same thing about the person they're being grimy too. It's just like things really happen in these relationships, in these partnerships, that change the two, that will cause each person to be something that you just never thought you would be. And I think the more that we respect that as a reality and protect ourselves, I think we can also end up having better situations. From what I see outside looking in, the ones who set those agreements up have happier divorces. like it's the ones who don't, and they be out here like fighting, and because somebody is mad and somebody's trying to take everything. I don't know. Everybody always ends up feeling like they have got when these relationships end, and something else starts to creep in. You know what I mean? Like, so I'd rather listen. If you don't want it, fine. I don't think I would be that person. So yeah, cool, we good. But if someone was presenting that, it's just like, I get it, I ain't mad at it. But what we gonna do is, let me tell you what we are about to do. Let me tell you this. Anybody watch Sex and the City out there in the world? I watch Sex and the City. You watch Sex and the City, Lady J?
I do not. Sorry.
What the heck? How you ain't getting down with the Mirandas, the Carries, and the Dora Charlottes, and the other one? I can't think of her name right now. But all right, so I'm a old school Sex and the City fan, right? I'm gonna get to the point. But Charlotte is she's the debutante one, like back, the original Sex and the City, right? Like, she's always couldn't wait to get married, right? So she finally meets her first husband. Ironically enough, she ends up marrying twice, but and he's wealthy. Like, she was the debutante that was dating all like the rich, guys. So he's very wealthy, and he comes from a long line of wealth, and his mother, or his his mother and their lawyers, they handled everything. It's not like he was presenting it. Mother came to her and just like, all right, look, like 2 nights before the wedding or something like that. Like this, and she said, this is tradition in our family. Like this is like, this is what these are the type of agreements that we discuss for every marriage in the family, right? So mom was like, this is standard. So I don't care what you're talking, like sign it or go. And she sat on it. She stressed about it. She talked to her future husband about it. And he wasn't like sign it and go, but he's kind of like, mom handles all that stuff. Like the lawyers handle, because it's just that type of family. Right.
Yeah.
And so what Charlotte did was she got out her feelings. First, she was in her feelings. Then she got out of her feelings. And then she went back and counter offered and said, listen, I'm worth more than this then. I'll sign your paperwork, but I'm worth more. And let me tell you what we are going to agree to. Boom. And that's a Crystle move right there. I'm just trying to say.
I believe it.
I'm going to sign your paperwork, but let's counter offer this right quick and make sure you really know what I'm worth. And the crazy part about it is they end up getting divorced. And this is a TV show, but I'm just saying.
All of that just for divorce.
Because he couldn't get it up. You got to watch Sex and the City. He couldn't get it up. They waited till marriage. He couldn't get it up. And then he was just okay with just having a sexless marriage. I was like, whoa, you got to watch Sex and the City. Trey can't get it up. It was the day after the wedding. Everybody was like, how was your first night? Charlotte, famous line, then I'll move on. He can't get it up. All that. Anyway, moving on. You got to watch that.
Wait a minute, hold on, because I think I want to hit that topic. So we about to wrap up prenups because I got a question. So yesterday I was on live. Okay. Oh my God, I was on so late, but I was having such a good time on live, and I had really, really good people in the box to have conversation with. That I went and I got my chill and combo conversation cards, and I was like, let's play a game. And so I'm kind of curious about that question, but let's wrap because we have a little bit of time left. So for me, prenups, I don't know. I don't like it, but I do understand it. I do feel like it feels like distrust. Because I think it's because I know the person that I am. I know that at the end of the day, when everything is said and done, I'm not going to be the person to do you dirty. I'm not. I don't care. Your retirement, your pension, your stuff, things that you worked for and that you did, that's yours. That's you. I'm not coming after it. I'm not about to hit you with like $5 million in child support or whatever, and I want all this alimony either. I'm not that person.
Right.
And I've done this twice. And in no time have I ever been that person when things got down and dirty. I've always remained the same.
You have to sign one?
Nope.
Okay, I never asked.
And so in the first time around, there was really nothing for you to there was no reason to sign, and there was nothing in the end to take. In this particular situation, in case I could have absolutely went for retirement, I could have went for pensions, I could have done a whole lot of stuff, and I chose not to because I didn't work for that. I was supportive, but I didn't work for that. I didn't. That wasn't that's yours. That's you. I don't want that. That's just the type of person that I am. And a lot of people have told me that I'm stupid, I'm dumb. Oh, you should have, because you earned that. This is
because wives. I mean, you saw Wait Until Exhale, like the support system. And I'm not questioning your decision. He talking. Bernard clearly watched Sex in the City. I'm sex positive over here, so I'm not going to use that word to describe Samantha. But yeah, he clearly watched Sex in the City. But so I'm not here to question. I'm not going to question your decision because that's the past, and it was a decision for you. But I mean, I will say though, I understand the argument that when you're partnering with someone, I don't know how you rolled your sleeves up in that marriage, but when you're partnering with someone and you're playing a support role, I'll do this. My job pays me. How do I put this? They pay me for my meals when I travel. right? They pay me for my meals when I travel. Why? Because I'm doing work for them, and they're going to come on the back end to make sure that I'm good if I'm doing this work for them. I don't know if this is a good example, but whatever the case may be. Let me get back to the first. I might be messing this one up. But first point, the support that you play to get someone in position.
Yeah.
It has a price tag on it. And it's the reason why you'll see corporate companies have certain benefits package. It's the reason why there's a huge argument and discussion around what's that retirement thing, pensions, and and having those negotiations. Less companies are doing pensions these days, right? Meaning less companies are doing prenuptial agreements. No, I'm just kidding. But what I'm getting at is your work and your partnership to get me where I need to be, it does have a price tag on it. And I'm not making that up. Actually, if you look at any makeup and blueprint of any business that does anything, like they'll tell you that. So I do feel like whether you're male or female and you're in a marriage and someone else, if they were the breadwinner, I think that matters too. And I could be wrong, but I think that matters. Heck yeah, your work and whatever you did to make sure that it was cool. If you was making grilled cheese sandwiches, you know what I'm saying, like in the kitchen.
Yeah.
If you got up every single morning to pour his coffee, think about it. He could have paid an assistant to do that, but no, you did it for free. So no,
I get it. I get it, and I've heard the
price tag.
I've heard the argument on it. I've heard all of that. And I do feel like that because I feel a lot of times when you are in situations with people, a lot of times when you're the stay-home parent or, people like to be like, oh, that wasn't nothing. You didn't do nothing. Listen, I absolutely did. Like I was and a lot of times in military situations, a lot of times people think that military spouses just sit around. They don't do nothing. They just eat bonbons and watch TV all day, not knowing what it really is.
I had the PTA meetings and everything. I saw the game. I know how that kind of stuff works. I saw Basketball Wives. Y'all got jobs. I believe it.
So I get it. But I opted out. I did not sign. There was no prenups. I didn't sign anything like that. I understand why people do them. I understand the protection of it. But I still hopeless romantic in me feels like no, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it.
Then that's that. That.
And so but I get it though. I do look at it on a whole different perspective than I used to. Whereas like I do understand that because people do change sometimes, and when relationships end, when things happen, people change. Everybody doesn't, but some people do. And so you do have to protect yourself just in case one day you're not the same person you used to be, because people get bitter. So I do get it and I understand, but I want to know, I'm curious now that we didn't had this whole sex and this city conversation.
Trey and Charlotte, Trey couldn't get it up.
So, okay. So what would you do? I really want to know, like, and y'all in the comments, y'all in the box, y'all can kind of, y'all can feed in if you want to. What would you do if would you decide to wait until after and then come to find out? Like
last time I answered this question, I ended up
right. You did, huh? You said you was gonna have your whole sneaky link, and he was gonna know. Sure did. I could wait about that. Okay,
but this is a different question though. So go ahead, ask your question.
So could you stay?
So I think I would do what totally a TV show, but I think I would do what she did, because of how I answered a similar question a couple weeks ago, right? Like I'm more interested in the commitment that's going to last and the partnership and our financial stability, and are we getting along? Or do you make me happy, right? So because that's what I value over sex, I find, and I wasn't always this girl, y'all. I'm a Scorpio. I'm a freak. I like sex. So I wasn't always this girl, but because I'm at a place where I value that more, and let's say I don't know if I will wait until marriage, but we're about to find out because I'm dating somebody now, as you know, and we are slow stroking this. But I don't know if I'll wait until marriage. I might need to know what it's hitting for before. Oh my gosh. But like, if I did, right, and like it's wedding night, he can't get it up. So what Charlotte did was it went on like a whole season where she was trying things. Like she didn't think it was a permanent issue. She just thought, okay, let me roll my sleeves up. Let me be the wife. I took a vow, and we don't always know what that vow means. Right. And now I'm in a scenario where I now know what that vow means. Right. So she rolled her sleeves up. She was trying little things. They went to like therapy, and she found out he liked to read porn magazines. So she put like her face on all the porn, all the dirty magazines that he would look at. She cut her face out. What I'm getting at is like it's a show. So it was a lot of dramatic stuff. But what I'm getting at, she tried a whole lot, and then he gave up on trying to figure out what was going on. He just was okay with, no, this has always been a problem. This has always been a problem, and I'm okay with this. And she was not okay with that he wasn't willing to try to figure out how we can keep our sex life relevant. He just wanted her to be okay with it, and eventually they got a divorce. And I think that would probably be me. I'm going to roll my sleeves up, and we're going to try this out. But after a certain amount of time, like if you are not trying, then I'm definitely getting me a sneaky link. You're going to know about it. And then I'm probably divorcing you too, because it's not about my character now. It's about your character, because just like I've committed myself to stay with you and be married to you and work this out, you did too. And now you're not thinking of my needs. So it's really going to depend on what that person is willing to do to get it better. But I would do what she did. I would try it out for as long as I could. And I'm out. Look, she got a pretty hefty cash out too. I'm just saying. I'm just trying to say. And she remarried the man of her dreams. So
first of all, I'm gonna need to have conversations. I'm not gonna lie. Listen, so fun fact, y'all. We had a conversation behind the scenes with myself, Crystle, and Mr. Mackenzie. And I was like, we can't talk about certain stuff because my TikTok people going to tell on me, and they're going to tell about my props that I have, which I got a box and I got handcuffs. And so I was like, they're going to tell on me. Y'all, I can't. So for me, we need to already have this conversation. Like we need to.
We get the face up after that comment. Where is Future when you need him? The box of the handcuffs and what else, Lady J? Lord. Lady J, what's your sign, Lady J?
Yes.
You're a Taurus. You're a Taurus, aren't you?
I am not yes, I am. I am a Taurus.
Oh, I know it. I think we talked about this. Taurus. Freaky Taurus. Freaky Taurus. Go ahead, Taurus. Tell me more.
So for me, I need to we gonna have this listen, I'm not jumping into relationships and things of that nature, and that's just okay off the bat, because we talked about that on the conversations, okay, is that a conversation you should have on the first date?
And your girl from TikTok was like, I need to know at the table. I got a ruler at dinner. Remember that? She had a ruler at dinner.
Okay. Now I'm not that forward in the beginning stages, but as we move along, we kind of need to have some conversation. So what's your favorite, position? What's this? What's that? What gets you going? Okay. What gets you?
I'm having those conversations too.
So
those conversations.
I would really want to have I would really need to know that when we finally get ready to do when we finna go ahead and enter into that process, that you can't get it up, because that's the problem for me. I'm gonna be honest. That's
so you're going wait. So if you were Charlotte, hold on. Hypothetically though, let's say it's a alternate universe, right? And you waited until marriage, okay? And you love this man. You've been waiting for this all your life. And then wedding night, he can't get it up. You just gonna leave him?
I'm not just gonna leave. I would try. I would try.
You lying.
I would try. But I'm gonna be honest, I'll be very frustrated and I'll be very upset because that should have been a conversation you should have had prior to. You
No,
should have absolutely put that out there. That should have been a day.
I agree. No. So can I ask you a question?
Yes, ma'am.
Because somebody gave me a hard time about this. I don't know who I was talking about. So I had an intimate situation with somebody, right?
Okay.
And they weren't circumcised.
Okay.
And I had never experienced that. But in addition, I think it was like a real extreme version. It was like sunken in, right? It was like no disrespect. I want to be careful about what I say here because no disrespect.
Yeah.
I totally get it.
It was a shock. It was
just a real extreme version of it because I've heard stories and I know it's, you gotta grab stuff and figure it out. And okay, I'm here for it. Listen, I'm rolling my sleeves up. I was very shocked because it wasn't just that. It was an extreme case, and it looked very different, and it scared me, and I screamed. And I personally was upset because I felt like you should have had that discussion with me.
Like, just so listen, by the way.
Like, warn somebody. Like, if you're a hermaphrodite, right, and I pull my pants down, you're going to be mad. Like, Crystle, why you didn't tell me this? You get what I'm saying?
Yes. I can see where that would need to be a conversation, especially if you like
that person, because I was upset at them for just not having that. Why would you shock me like that? That you should. And then you're just gonna pull it out like that.
Maybe they had never had like that experience before where somebody screamed. Maybe they never. I don't know. I don't have a. I'm not gonna lie. I don't have an excuse for this. I'm not even gonna try.
Right. I don't know. I just feel like maybe I'm biased. Maybe people who aren't circumcised should not have to. Maybe that's discrimination. Maybe they should not have to go around telling people they circumcised. I just felt like I deserved a conversation. You should have gave me a heads up. Like, so I could have been warned, and then I would have handled it better.
Wait, I need to know. Like, after the scream, what happened? Did y'all actually move forward?
No.
Or just like, listen, I gotta go. I need to walk my turtle. I left my car running. Like what?
No,
what?
I kindly just put my clothes on and said I had to go. Like, I was uncomfortable. And I think I was really sad because I know I could have handled it better. And I'm very particular about how I handle people, right?
Yeah.
Like, But I also felt like
you could have gave me some heads up. You could let me know.
I was feeling a little like that was such an extreme version that I felt like you should have warned me a little bit. Don't just throw that on me and expect. I don't know. As a woman, like, I just feel like men know what they're looking for down there, right? And if there's something different, we're gonna naturally be like, okay, let me tell you. I don't know, right? No.
So did y'all? I've
been telling guys when I don't shave. I'm like, listen, I'm sorry, I ain't shaved tonight. Like.
I mean, if I'm
a little late for my wax appointment, I'm in between appointments. I feel insecure about that.
Then yeah, like if we doing that, then yes. I'm like, yo, listen, you trying to start something. I ain't shaved yet. Listen, let me go take a shower. I'll be right back. I feel
like, and maybe that's because I'm the type of woman where I'm having a conversation about things because I'm conscious about that kind of stuff. So I'm going to make sure you are aware as to what's going on. Now, granted, I don't have that type of thing going on, but yeah, I'm funny. Like, if I'm in between the wax, we having a conversation or we're waiting. Like, you should have had that conversation.
Did you know that he was circumcised?
I didn't know.
Or uncircumcised, rather? So you didn't even know. It was just a complete shock and surprise.
It was a complete shock, and it was and the reason why I keep saying this because I've heard from women who've been with men who aren't circumcised, and they've explained it to me, and that this wasn't a regular. This was an extreme, like the way it was sunken in. It was extreme, and I just felt like I'm trying to be careful because I don't want to be disrespectful. And I promise you, I'm not trying to be disrespectful.
Yeah, but it was shocking. You weren't ready for it, and it was like you could have kind of let me know. I think that should be a conversation. I don't know. Maybe Mr. Hennessy has some insight on it. I don't know. I feel like
I don't know
if you because most most people, I think at least most men are. I do know that
It's
there are
about what
people that
you're
are not.
used to, right? It's about what people. I don't know. Whatever. I feel like I'm being rude, but so I'm just
Maybe he thought that you like were so in love and so infatuated that it wouldn't matter, that you shouldn't have to have the conversation. I don't know. That's
maybe.
a tough one. But back on topic. I don't know. I'm not gonna leave the guy. I will try. But I mean, we should have had that discussion. We should have had that discussion that, sir, your equipment don't work in the proper working manner as it should. Before I get all prepped and ready to pull stuff out my box, and then you
Facts.
like not.
It's a little disrespectful. But if I'm married, damn, now I just put myself in another corner though. Like, because if the circumcised thing had happened, I probably would have been irked. Like, bro.
What if that happened? What if?
No, bro.
So okay, so now in that scenario, because he was like, "No, I'm gonna roll up these sleeves."
I know, right? I did.
Bro,
Wait, hold on.
So you about to roll these sleeves up for this uncircumcised partner?
Listen, I'm gonna have to listen. Mind right, money right, ready for war. Let's go. I'm gonna have to. If I marry him, I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna be mad though. I'm gonna be mad. I was mad, and I might have a sneaky link again. Like, because you lied, and I guess you didn't lie, but you left information out that you knew would be important. Is that fair? That's like, listen, that's like me.
Like, what if, like, as a woman, right? Like, right. So what if, like, what if one is larger than the other, but you don't tell her or disclose that, and so then, like, you get all in your birthday suit.
Yo, you ever see I'm gonna get you, sucker? You ever see I'm gonna get you, sucker? When that chick went into the room with that dude, started taking off her legs and stuff, he was mad. And he ran. Did you ever see that movie? He ran. He ran because that was disrespectful, yo. Like, yo, so you taking off your leg and your arm too? First you just start with the wig. All right, fine. But you mean tell me, like, you have no limbs? Like, yeah, no, male or female. I feel like we should always let people in on the things that might really matter. And that's something that I think would matter. Like, come on, I have conversations with men about credit score. Like, we talking about the credit score on the first date. And I think that's shiesty and shady. Don't allow me to marry you and then you end up with all this darn debt. You know what I mean? And vice versa. Like, so yeah, I think when it comes to sex too, you should be talking about these things.
I mean, I think so. I mean, I think you should. You should definitely talk about debt and finances and what
that thing do.
And how, I mean, because I think those are important things in marriage. Like, you're supposed to know, like, I'm supposed to know that, like, hey, so what am I going to get after? Okay. I need to know what is going to.
Oh man. See, I wasn't even I'm not look. There's probably a lot of men out there that's not that. And actually, go ahead. I don't want to shame that because I know there's a lot of men.
No, I don't want to shame that, but I do feel like if you know that it is, but I mean, what if he was embarrassed? Like,
he wasn't an embarrassed type. Can I just say that he's very confident? And I was really trying.
I was really trying to like give some kind of.
He wasn't shy.
Oh, okay.
He wasn't embarrassed. Oh man, Demetrius, I'm dope. Demetrius all up in the chat acting a fool.
Oh, Tonio talking mess. Oh, he just probably talking mess just to talk mess. I can't see the mess talking, so he's probably just talking.
I should have grabbed this.
Tonio don't have no sense. Demetrius has no sense. Ignore him. But I think, I mean, I don't know. Is that? I mean, because like. If I had like one really like if my left was really like a lot larger than the right, but the bra that I have on makes it seem like it's very evenly proportioned, I don't know that I would have that conversation with somebody before becoming intimate with them. I would just like hop in and be like, hey, and so are they going to be like,
like are these breasts like abnormally different? Are they abnormally different though, Lady J? Is it like obvious? Or are you just talking about you got a bigger tit on the left and the right?
I mean, what if it is abnormal? Like, what if one of them doesn't have a nipple and the other one does? Like,
don't be like, hey, don't.
I don't,
No, you should
I don't
tell
know if
them.
I would have that discussion with somebody like, so by the way, my left's a
Yes,
lot larger than the right, and there's no nipple on the left as well. Like
yes. You should have that conversation. I tell guys when I didn't get a pedicure this week. Just saying. Just by
that,
the way,
that's different. I
my
don't know.
toes ain't painted when I'm about to take these socks off, yo. So don't say nothing about my. I lotion my feet though.
Listen, if I'm taking my socks off, I'm real comfortable with you because if I ain't got no pedicure, these socks staying on. Listen, everything else come off, but these socks is gonna stay on, okay? And
I think
everything
all
else.
this stuff needs to be talked about. You should definitely wait. All right, listen. If you don't want to talk about it, you don't have to talk about it. Let me be clear.
But to let somebody
don't take your bra off, knowing is that different, and don't have a conversation and be like, hey, look at these bad, and then not expect for some questioning. That's all I'm saying. Like somebody might be like, hey, with you, but all I'm saying is you also might get somebody that's like, oh wow, this is different, and that is all I'm getting at.
this is good for future insight, just in case I ever, have somebody that I,
Lady
decide
J,
to.
is
Yes,
one
ma'am.
tit bigger than the other? Is that what you're getting at?
Fun fact: one is bigger than the other. It's not a huge difference, but yes, it is. But it's not anything that I think is like abnormally. But it was like that was the only thing that I could think of, like to compare, like that's noticeable. You know what I'm saying? Like 'cause when you take it off, like that's pretty noticeable. Like so he take the pants off, you be like, the shit. Like what? What do you mean? Where's my purse? Get my water bottle, my purse. Let me like I gotta go. I need to go. I gotta walk my turtle. Oh, that's the car on. I'm sorry. I gotta
Look,
go.
lie to yourself, not to me.
Please. So I was just trying to think of it in a way of like if that was. I was really just. I was really just trying to see. Fun fact: Lady J does have both of her nipples. Okay, she does. She has both of them. Okay, she doesn't
Let's
have
not
any.
let this show go without making sure we know.
She doesn't have any abnormalities. Abnormal. How do you say it? I can't even say it right now. Like I'm so done. She's very normal. Okay, all across the board, she's very normal. Don't worry about it. I'm good. But I don't know that I would be able to. So like I'm looking at it from that stance because, like my oldest daughter, she has a son. My grandson. She decided not to get him circumcised. Her and the father of her child decided that they didn't want to do that. And that if he wanted to, when he got older, he could.
Right.
So,
and that's why I said I want to be careful because I know that goes on. That goes on.
So it's kind of like, like, I don't know, is that an easy conversation for somebody to just like be like, hey, by the way.
Come on, man. If we about to get it in, yeah, it should be. I'm sorry. See, too much is taboo when we're also about to do some really serious stuff. It should be an easy conversation if you try and have sex with me. You should be willing to talk about it.
It should be, but you got to think about it. Like that has to be. You really have to have a person like, and that's the thing. Like, and that's probably a whole nother conversation. That's probably a whole nother night. But a lot of times, people are not comfortable in their own skin about having those taboo conversations. Like a lot of people are not comfortable saying, hey, my left is bigger than the right and it don't have a nipple on it. Hey, I'm not circumcised. And so it might be a little like alarming when I take these pants off. Hey, I like this and I like that and the third. A lot of people are not comfortable with having those types of conversations. And then I think what we do is we just get into relationship with people, like, and then we expect that, okay, well, I'm in a relationship with you now, or we've moved in this close, you care this much, you like me this much, so like you'll just accept it, which is not fair. That's not fair.
Lady J, we said this is like 2 or 3 episodes ago. We're not accepting this lack there of communication. Like we're not accepting this.
You know me and communication. I don't do that. Listen, I
need you accountable, bro. I need communication. I need to know the credit score, and I need to know if there's anything when them pants come off that's going to shock me. We got to talk about these things. You know what I'm saying? I'm being funny right now. There's probably more that we got to talk about, but no, we have to talk about these things.
So do you think if he would have if he would have given you some kind of warning and some kind of like, hey, so listen, like, want to talk to you. Like, I know we're getting like, closer to the possibility of being intimate, of having sex, getting yams, whatever you want to call it. I'm not circumcised. And so it doesn't look like what you might see normally.
Right.
Now, if y'all would have had that conversation, right? He prepared you, got you like a little bit more ready.
Right.
Do you really think like it would have made a difference though?
See, that
like,
I don't know.
Should we still have it? Yes. But I mean, like, from the way you described it, would you have been able to really fully be engaged?
That I don't know, and possibly not. But this conversation would be a lot different though. And I probably wouldn't have even brought it up. Because the problem I had was the lack there of don't just, why you do that to me, now I'm liable to disrespect you because you just did some crazy stuff. Like, so it just changed the conversation is what I'm getting at, and I don't know if it would have changed my outcome, but it would have changed the outcome of how I handled that experience.
Yeah, I think for me, fun fact for me, I think that I absolutely. The conversation would have mentally set me up for, okay, listen, do me a favor. Take the pants off slowly, okay? Like, let me take it all in before, like I don't know if I want to do no foreplay just yet. Like, hey, let me
say on Queens of Comedy when she was talking about you got to what she was talking about. She was talking about
easy into it. I don't know. But I mean, I think if that were the case, I think I would kind of need to be eased into that. But I'm gonna be honest. I'm real visual. Okay, like you can mentally stimulate me. Okay, I'm very, very highly mentally stimulated. But I don't know if you could stimulate me past something that don't look like it's supposed to, and then you want to like actually like insert that inside of me. Okay, I
think that's okay too, but also it changes how you look at that person and that conversation y'all had. You probably just look at the whole situation a little different though. Even if you can't keep dealing with him, you would have a different level of respect for him setting you up.
I mean, I would. I'd be like, thank you for letting me know, but I'm not gonna lie.
See, I think you was lying earlier, yo. You leaving that husband. If you wait and then you leaving him, I think you was fibbing earlier. You were fibbing, Lady J.
No, so I'm saying, off the rip, no. I would not leave off the rip, but I'm not gonna lie. Listen, I'm gonna need for us to fix this. And if you not gonna fix it and you don't want to, and you gonna sit up here and you gonna tell me this is just how it's been, that's just what it is. Yes, eventually at some point I am. I'm just saying, like, I'm not just gonna leave the next day. I'm not even gonna leave the next month. I'm gonna get some time in. We go to therapy. We can, as long as somebody wants to work with it. But I'm gonna be honest, listen, if we can't like get our time, our no time together. Did you not hear me say I got a box and some cups? Okay, it's stuff in that box. Okay,
right.
So,
right,
we gonna need to figure this out.
Freaky Taurus in the building. Oh goodness gracious.
We just not gonna just leave this on the table as if that's okay. That's not okay. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take that prenup money and I'm gonna get my little settlement or whatever. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go ahead and grab my water bottle, my shoes, and head on. Yeah, no. I'm not staying for forever and ever. No, because then you don't want to work. That's exactly it. Though, is that you don't respect me and you don't value me enough, and you don't value this relationship enough. And that goes all across the board with anything, whether it's sex, whether it's somebody telling you that they need something. If I'm telling you that I have a need that I need fulfilled, I have a desire, not even a need, but a desire. And a lot of times people don't understand that just because it's not a need, because it's a desire, because it's a want, that, well, we could just let that slide because it's not necessary. Right. But for me, It's the way that I'm wired. So if I'm asking you to give me something, whether that be intimacy, whether that be time, whether that be whatever, if I'm asking of that from you and you are like, listen, this is how I am, and I'm gonna leave it like that. No. No, okay, so you gonna leave it like that. We didn't go into therapy, we didn't talked about it, we didn't try to fix it. At that point, you no longer care or respect me or this relationship enough or want this relationship enough for it to work because you don't want to put any effort in. So why I'm gonna sit up here putting in all this effort? Why I'm gonna stay and you don't want to, like, why I'm buying all this stuff and putting it in boxes and and doing all this stuff and you don't want to put forth no effort? Because why? So why do I want to spend the rest of my life with somebody who doesn't want to do those things? So nope, absolutely not. Lady J is absolutely not going to stay for the long haul if that's the space that you're going to live in. If you're living in that space, then no, that's with intimacy, that's with emotion, that's with mental, that's with all of it. No, Lady J it's 2022. She says she's doing different things, okay? So no, she's not doing that, okay? No, thank you. Nope. So yes, ma'am, I'm leaving after a while.
Let's just call this out, mic to mic in the back. Make sure you write that down for the speed night that we're going to do with Lady J.
Oh my God.
That's the number one requirement for all of them to understand we're doing things different in 2022.
Y'all are really trying to put this speed dating thing together, aren't you? Y'all are really, oh my God.
I think we should. Anyway, I digress. I think that'll be fun. Wouldn't it be fun?
I don't know.
And we should let them in at random, though. Then that really, we go viral. We probably go viral. We go viral.
Y'all ain't doing no security checks or nothing. Y'all just letting random people up here speed date with me. Y'all see how they gonna try to do me?
You might find your husband. I said I was married now.
No. On that note, it is time for us to wrap up things. I don't know. Her and Mike Hennessy, they got this idea of putting this speed night date thing together. I don't know. One day, I just know I'm probably pop on and think I got a topic. And then Mike will be like, surprise, we're not doing that. We're doing this. And I'll be like,
thank you. That was genius. Mike, write that down too.
I know Mike. That's how he does things. I'll think that I have a whole topic and he'll let me think that that's going to be the topic for the week. And I'm going to hop on and he's going to be like, so this is what we're actually doing. We're doing speed dating with Lady J.
That'd be hot. I'm with it.
I know how Mike is, but we don't have much time. So
let's do it.
Well, y'all know who to reach out to if y'all want to do speed.
This is an open casting call, yo. I think this would be funny.
If y'all want to do speed dating with Lady J, here's your time to tell somebody. We gotta go. We gotta get out of here. I had way too much fun tonight. I always have fun, but I had way too much fun. Laughed way too much, I think. So, Miss Crystle, how can we find you?
Hey, so you can find me on Instagram at My Thoughts Could Be a Blog. It's spelled like it sounds. I know it's long, but work with me, team, because My Thoughts Could Be a Blog. It has been realized and reimagined and boom, manifested, right? Go to mythoughtscouldbeablog.com as well and follow me in my progression as a blogger, entrepreneur, and thought leader.
Okay. And so y'all know how y'all can find me, like where I stay, because I'm probably going to be on there. Actually, I think I can't. I think I have to go I have something else that I have to do. I don't think I get to go TikTok tonight. Y'all find me on TikTok as Lady J 1111. That's my favorite place to be. I live there. Okay. I do. Fun fact for long times. And you can find me with my business page on Instagram. _J's_Decadent_Delights. The Facebook page is J's Decadent Delights. Mr. Mike Hennessy does not like to throw my regular Facebook page on there because he does not want people hit me up in my DMs. So we do not. But I do have a YouTube page. Please, y'all go find it. It's Lady J. Also, please follow everything Blurred Approved Entertainment so that you can be up to date on all of the shows that we have. This is not the only show that we have. We do have shows that run, I want to say Monday through Friday. like, subscribe, follow. I hope to see y'all again next Friday. I had an awesome time with you, my friend, and I will see you later. Thanks, y'all, for joining.
Bye.
Have a good night. Sheesh. Good gracious. Lord have mercy.